Right, fingers crossed everything is recording and you can all see me okay. So good morning. This morning's class is called Momentum. Now, I love the concept of momentum. What I've sort of found recently is that I've stayed very open and very receptive to things. And when you stay open, both in body and mind, things I find start to happen. So all of a sudden, these sort of series of opportunities present themselves, and one opportunity leads to another, and very quickly momentum can build. And not only can momentum build like that in our lives, but it can build like that in our bodies. So what I'm going to be doing today through the class is looking at using momentum, but then also looking at taking momentum away and noticing the differences between the two, because when we use momentum, things become easier. But quite often, so yes, it becomes more easeful and things pick up and sort of gather speed, but at the same time, sometimes you can compensations can creep in, especially when we're moving our body. So I want you to really focus on that and notice that when you're using momentum, is anything compensating to allow you to sort of pick up that energy, and how much harder it is to then slow it all down and become more controlled, because I think the ability to be able to both speed up and slow down, have that adaptability to engage control when you need it, is really important. So come onto your back. Think about the back of the neck being long, shoulder blades open, sacrum resting heavily onto the mat, and just start to tune into your body this morning. Tuning into your breath. Feel your belly rise on your inhale, taking up space. Feel it soften on your exhale. As you breathe, think about that 360-degree breath as the rib cage moves upwards, outwards, backwards towards the mat. Those back ribs are imprinting like little stamps. And then take a moment just to tune into your body this morning. Notice how it feels. Notice if you're holding on to any tension or tightness. And if you are, just notice where you're holding that tension or tightness in your body. And on your next breath, use your breath, a little like water flowing through a pipe, to move it around your body to any tight areas, any tense areas, and just allow yourself to use the breath to dissipate that tightness and tension. So the breath can fluidly move through every single cell, tissue in the body. And then take a moment to tune into your mind. Notice how that feels this morning. Notice whether it feels busy, still, calm, overloaded. To-do lists as long as your arm for the day ahead. Maybe you've got to plan the weekend. Just try and let go of anything that's not going to be helpful. Let go of any unwanted thoughts, feelings, emotions. Just package them up onto an imaginary cloud. And just let that cloud float past your eyes, taking those unwanted thoughts with it. They'll be there later, but give yourself this chance for now just to be fully present, fully connected, mind and body on your mat. Last breath here. And then we're going to grab our block, if you haven't already. If you don't have a block, you can grab a book or a cushion or something similar, but make sure it's between your thighs and you're able to keep your knees, hips, knees, ankles parallel, so your knees aren't collapsing in, and they're also not too wide. So drive down through the soles of the feet and then peel your bum up, coming into a low bridge. Think about length in that lower back. Give your glutes a prod, give them a tap. And then you're slowly going to start to pulse. Little lift and lowers into those glutes, making them active, waking them up this morning. They might be a bit snoozy from last night. Take the right hand to the sky, pull back on the right fingers with the left hand. Really push up to the ceiling. Spread through the palm, spread through the forearm. Pulling those fingers back. Breathing in and out through the nose, pushing up with the same force that you pull back. And then swap sides. Left fingers pull back as you push up to the ceiling with the left hand and pull back
with the right fingers. Good. Keep breathing. Keep squeezing those glutes. Then let's take our hands to fists, circle in those wrist joints, left and right, mobilize. Keeping this control of the pulse, squeezing that inner line, and then let's do our jazz hands. Big stars, tight fists. Go as fast as you can, pulsing it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Shake it off, and I want you to roll with control from upper, middle, lower back, all the way down to the mat. Good. Release the block. You're going to bring your arms by your side, so you've got a little stabilizer. Come back up into the bridge. Take the left knee over the left hip. Try to keep your midline sort of stable. Try not to let it tip. And then you're going to pulse into that right glute for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Waking up this glute. Keep slurping everything to the middle of that diamond. Good. And then swap sides, so left foot comes down, right knee comes over the right hip, drive through that left foot, engage that left glute, keep the pelvis level and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep breathing in and out through the nose. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Pop that foot down and roll upper, middle, lower with control all the way down to the mat. Now for the abdominals this morning, we're going to do some leg flutters. So slightly different to usual. And I want you to think about taking your hands kind of just under your bum a little bit so that they're supporting your low back. You're going to lift your head so that you can engage your abdominals, but really think about not pushing up and doming into those abdominals, but the same format of really pulling that low belly down and back. Legs go long, and then I want you to control the flutter as you move left to right. Okay, and then we're going to speed that flutter up. So again, you're using momentum to kind of carry the legs here. Keep pulling into that midline. Good. And then from here, pause, take a break, because we want to be holding those abdominals down and back. So I'm kind of holding your breath as you go, a bit like you would in our normal abdominals. But then let's come back up again. So inhale through the nose, exhale, pull the belly down and back, extend the legs, control the flutter, left to right, splitting the legs, really reach through those toes, hug into the midline. Good, pull that belly down and back and then speed it up. Notice again how this feels when you go fast to slow and slow to fast. Good. Place the feet down, come down. Last time, inhale through the nose, exhale, lift. Hold that low belly, get that connection, extend the legs. This time start fast. Fluttering left to right, really pull those low abdominals in and then slow it down. Having a moment of suspension, a moment of pause between the two. You should get this in your hip flexors as well. Good. Feet down, come down, knees to chest. Just take a little roll of that sacrum. And then we're going to do our rock and roll. But again, for the rock and roll, notice how much momentum you have to use, okay, to lift yourself up. Are you having to get loads of momentum, or can you use your abdominals to lift yourself up, slowly roll back? And how slowly can you lift yourself up? Okay, it's easy if you go back and roll up. Loads of momentum, rolling. But if you slow it down, how much harder does it become? So you have to use a lot more of your abdominals. Good. From here, place your hands behind you. Legs are going to hover, and we're going to extend the legs and bring them in. So you're doing like a little crunch in boat. So reach the legs away as your back goes back a little bit, and then pull the knees in. Again, you're working quite fast here. So using momentum to help you. Good, let's go 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Release, come on over onto all fours. We're going to just do a couple of cat-cows here just to mobilize through the spine this morning. So think about Energetically dialing those hands out, setting the shoulders on the back body, neck draws back in space, and then arch from the base of the spine, middle back, upper back, pull the chest through, shoulders sitting on the back body, and then tuck the tailbone towards the back of the knees as you start to round from the base of the spine first. Mid back, upper back, release the neck, give it a wobble, give it a shake, arching from the base of the spine again, low back, mid back, upper back, pull the chest through, lovely job guys, and then tuck the tailbone, low back, mid back, upper back, again really moving mindfully here with control, push into the hands, release the neck, and then you can do a barrel roll between the two, so you're rolling through the middle, left to right, lifting up and then softening, arching in the back as you go, drop down. Good. From here, let's come on to dolphin. Interlace the hands, forearms on the mat, release the neck, tuck the toes, lift the bum to the sky, lengthen the back body, breathe in and out through the nose. Pause here for a moment, keep slurping up into those abdominals. From here, take your left heel to your bum and circle 3 times in that left hip joint. One way, and then 3 times the other way. Try not to move with momentum here, but to really use the control of your muscles to get those hip circles. Keep lifting up and out of the mat, slurping into the abdominals and keeping your length in the spine. Lovely. Last one. Pop the foot down, bring your knees wide, toes to touch, reach your hands away. Let your head soften towards the mat and just take a breath, drawing that breath deep down into the belly, into the pelvis, into the abdominals. Good. From here, you're going to come and stand at the top of the mat. Think about feet being hip distance apart, rooting down through the soles of the feet, lengthen the spine. Arms reach forwards and up. Reach through the fingertips, grow down through the feet. Imagine you've got little roots coming out the soles of your feet. Hinge backwards, lengthen the spine, hands to the mat, right foot steps back, lower the right knee, untuck the top of the foot, bring the body up, squeeze that right bum cheek. From here, take your hands to the tops of your shoulders, and we're going to be circling one shoulder, then the other. Okay, really big shoulders. If I show you front on, you're lifting one, rotating, then the other, and just feeding left to right. And then you can slowly start to build up the pace, and you'll notice that as you move, you get a bit of rotation in the mid-back, which feeds the next shoulder rotation. Good. Really keep lifting that elbow, no little circles like this. Really get some space and motion and range in that shoulder. Good. Hands to the mat, step back, plank, zip up through the front line of the body, squeeze the bum, zip up the whole way through the front side, lower the knees, slowly lower to the mat with control. Keep the heads of the shoulders lifted. Arms wide, push into the fingertips, pull the chest through, squeeze the bum, work that back body, really squeeze the shoulder blades in towards the spine. Good, release, frame the shoulders, tuck the toes, lift up and back, down dog. Have a pedal of those feet, and then take the right heel, right foot to the sky, step it through. Try not to use momentum, try to use your muscles to do that. And then untuck the toe, bring the body up, squeeze the left bum cheek, hands to the tops of the shoulders again, and roll one, then the other. Once you've got the rotation in the left and in the right, you can start to pick up the pace a little bit so they become a little more fluid. And again, you gain a little more momentum. But again, noticing, keeping the pelvis still, but noticing that midsection of the body rotating to feed the arm rotations. Good. Hands to the top of the mat. Back foot steps in, lengthen the spine, come up to stand. Good job. Let's move on. Soft knees, arms forwards and up. Reach through the fingertips, hinge from the hips, bum goes back, plant the hands,
Left foot steps back, lower the left knee, bring the body up. We're tucking our toes this time and we're in 90-90. Squeeze the left bum cheek, make sure it's on. We're going to be swinging our arms, okay? So this time allow momentum to just carry you as those arms swing, bit like a pendulum. You've got gravity helping to decelerate and accelerate. Good. And then you're going to take the right arm. From here, we're just going to swing our arms. So let that arm swing. As you swing, notice the rotation in the upper back. Keep the pelvis stable. But again, notice gravity's helping you here. Momentum. And then you're going to take the right arm back as the left arm comes over, slowing the movement down. Then you swing again. And then we're going to take the left arm back as the right arm comes forwards. Swing again, swap. Right arm back, left arm over. Swing again, swap. It's a bit of a coordination. Right arm back, left arm over. Good. And then from here, take your hands to the mat. You're going to lift the left knee, reach back through that left heel. And if you need to be on blocks, bring yourself up to blocks so you've got some height and length in the spine. We're going to push off that left toe, rocking on that left toe, and feel as you push down the ground reaction force helping propel you forwards, creating the momentum. The force is creating the momentum. Good. And then from here, you land that back foot, rotate it to the left. The right hand comes inside this right foot again. Options again to have it on a block. Make a fist with the left hand. Pull from the left elbow. Release to the sky. You're driving into this right foot, suctioning this right thigh bone up into the hip joint. So as you pull, you're then going to lower the arm back to the mat with control. Okay, so don't just let it fall back. You're holding it in control against gravity. As gravity's trying to push it down faster, you're controlling the descent. Good. Pull from the elbow, release. Slowly let that arm go down to the mat. Good. Pull from the elbow, release. Take the arm wide. It's curving down towards the mat. Good. 2 more. Pull, release. Keep driving through that foot. Keep pulling this right shoulder on the back body. Last one. Pull, release. Let that arm soften down to the mat. Good. And then you're going to bring your body up, coming to a warrior 2. Arms out wide. Inhale here. Exhale, reverse. Really lift up and out into these right side ribs. Come through the middle. Left arm over. You're just flowing between the two. Back and forth. Finding that little momentum. A little like a pendulum swing again. Good. Keep the breath flowing as you move. Keep lifting everything up into the pelvis. Good. Last one. And then from here we rotate back to the top of the mat. Step back to plank. Set the shoulders on the back body. Squeeze the bum. Lower the knees. Then we're going to do a controlled lower towards the mat. A little like we did earlier on in the flow. Elbows hugging back. Control. And then we're going to push back up the way we've come with the same control. So think about the back body, drive into the hands, engage the abdominals, push back up to your half plank, lift your knees to your full plank, lower the knees, let's go again. Control the descent, watch the neck. Again, if you're used to doing push-ups, you'll know that push-ups are much easier with momentum. Whereas here, we're taking away the momentum and you're having to use the muscles really strongly against gravity to help you complete the movement. Last one, slowly lower with control. Elbows hugging in. Feel those little triceps firing up. Good. And then reverse the push-up. Good. If you're super strong, you can do this with your legs, your knees off the floor. But quite frankly, unless you've got epic form, I just recommend keeping your knees down.
Good, and then have a pedal. You can let your pelvis get involved again, allowing the little bit of momentum of your body, of your movement to carry the pelvis. Good, and then from here, we're going to walk back to the top of the mat and slowly come up to stand. And then we'll do the other side. So, soft knees, arms reach forwards and up. Reach through the fingertips, lengthen the spine, hinge from the hips, bum goes back. Plant the hands, right foot steps back. Lower the right knee, come to your 90-90, squeeze your right bum cheek, grow long through the spine. And then we're going to swing our arms again. Keep breathing. Just allow that momentum to carry the arms fluidly forwards and backwards, allowing that rotation in the upper back. That's what's going to help. The coil and the spring of our body is what powers us. Good, and then left arm goes back, right arm goes forwards, swing again. And then right arm goes back, left arm goes forwards, swing again. It's like the pat the head and rub the tummy. Left arm goes back, right arm goes forwards. Last one, slow it down through the middle as you take those arms up and over. And then right arm goes back, left arm goes forwards. Nice work. Hands to the mat. Again, if you need to have them on your blocks to create length, do. Pull the chest through, rock on those right toes. Again, feel that power as you push into the heel and the toe that's coming from the ground to propel you forwards in that rock. Good. Then from here, land the back foot, rotate it to the right edge of the mat. Left hand comes inside the left foot. If you need a block there, pop a block there. Make a fist with the right hand, pull from the right elbow, release to the sky, and then allow that right arm to soften down towards the mat with control. It might feel super easy. If you had a little arm and wrist weight, it would be a little harder. But keep the control as the arm slowly comes back down towards the mat. I'll show you side on again. So drive into that left foot. Try not to lock out at the knee. Just think about driving into the foot and extending that, or energetically pulling that thigh bone up into the hip socket. Good. And then slowly letting that arm come back down. We've got two more. Pull, release, come back down to the mat. And then last one. Pull, release, bring it all the way down. Good, and then from here we're going to lift ourselves up into our warrior two. Left arm up and over. Breathe, you should be facing the right edge of the mat. I'm just showing you to mirror you. Good, right arm over. Reverse again, keep that flow between the two. Keep it fluid. Keep slurping everything into the middle of this diamond, up into the pelvis. Driving through both feet equally. Good, and then from here, you take your hands back down to the mat, step back, plank, set those shoulders on the back body, squeeze the bum, zip up through the front line, then lower the knees, and we're going to do our push-ups again. So with control, slowly let the elbows come back, keep the neck drawing back towards the sky, feel the top of those arms start to shake. And then reverse push-up. So again, try not to let the shoulders fly forwards. Engage everything as you start to lift up and back. Half plank, lift the knees. Full plank, squeeze the bum, set the shoulders, lower the knees down. Slowly lower with control again. Elbows hug in backwards. Good. And then reverse again. Keep everything engaged, lifting. Really challenging to come back up. I always find much easier when gravity's working with you than against you. Last one, slowly lower. Again, watch the neck. So easy to let that neck drive forwards. Keep it drawing back. You'll find it infinitely more challenging. Good, last one. Push back up, work the entire body. Good, and then lift up and back, down dog. Have a little pedal of those feet. And then walk yourself all the way to the top of the mat and come up to stand. Good.
we'll move on to our sequence 2. So for sequence 2, we're going to be working on standing and using momentum with leg swings. So stand on the right foot, bring your left knee to your chest, and we're going to extend that lower leg, rebend the knee, extend the lower leg, work with control and feel the muscle contraction that's happening as you're having to extend that leg out. Okay, keep the pelvis in neutral. You're stabilizing with the standing leg. Good, last one. And then from here, we're going to move into a little bit of something different and then add on some momentum. So extend the leg, bring the foot down, step the right foot back, right hand touches the mat, squeeze yourself up, left leg lifts again with control, step the left foot down, right foot back, right hand comes to the mat, squeeze up, right foot steps forwards, left leg lifts with control, step it back, right foot back, right hand down. Good, and then we're just going to pick up the pace. So swing the leg, right foot back, right hand down, swing the leg. And notice, as soon as you bring momentum into this movement, how much easier does it feel than having to slowly lift that leg forwards, contracting those muscles. Okay, so last one here, and then we're going to slow it down again. So lift the leg with control, put the foot down, step back, squeeze up, slowly lift that front leg with control. Maybe feel the shakes, I certainly do. Right foot down, lift again, left foot down, right foot back, and then move again with momentum. And notice if you can keep the form in your body as you allow that leg to swing. You don't want to be sort of tucking yourself under to lift the leg. You want to keep the rest of the form, but just allow momentum to carry that leg a little bit. Good. Nice. And then from here, keep the right foot back. You're going to rotate to the long edge of the mat, facing right. Come up to stand, and we're going to side lunge here, but we're side lunging slightly differently to usual. We're going to stay a little bit more upright, and the knees are slightly coming forwards rather than hinging back in our usual way. And we're going to be throwing our arms outwards. Okay, so it's like we're throwing them out, and then they're going to wrap like jellyfish tentacles or octopus tentacles around our body. Okay, so as you move left to right, move to the right, legs, arms wrap round with the right, throw them through the middle, move to the left, and they wrap round your body to the left. So let's just pick up the pace on that. Really throw those arms out. Feel the momentum that carries them one side to the other. As you throw them out, the force keeps them flying all the way to the other side. You can take the gaze over the shoulder of the side that you're moving to as you move through the rotations. Good. And just allow those arms to flap really heavily on your body. Good. As you move left to right, getting into that inner thigh. Good. And then from here, you're going to come through the front of the mat, rotate all the way to the other long edge into a seated twist, okay? So knees want to stack, both seat bones want to be on the floor. If you can't get both seat bones on the floor, pop a block under your bottom to lift it up, or if that feels uncomfortable, kick the right leg out, left leg pulls in towards the chest, rotate to the left. If you're with me, both seat bones on the floor, both knees crossed, let's roll our shoulders. Again, juicy shoulder rolls, moving from left to right. Feel the rotation in the spine that's feeding one roll from the next roll. Good. Nice. And then from here, hands land behind you. Rotate so you're in a reverse table. Lift up, push through your hands, squeeze your bum, and then you're going to be lifting one leg then the other, keeping the control. Good. Engage the abdominals, engage the glutes. Left and then right. Keep the breath flowing. Good job. Nice. And then from here, last one. Good. Sorry, last one on the right. And then rotate back to down dog. Take a moment to pause here. And then you're going to take the left foot behind the left wrist, right foot behind right wrist, step back left,
step back right. Right foot behind right wrist, left foot behind left wrist. Step back right, step back left. And just alternate left to right, step right, right to left, step right, step left. And just keep moving through those alternations. And again, notice, as you use momentum, this gets easier. If you slow it down and really use those muscles to engage and pull the leg forwards, it's much harder, whereas momentum makes it much easier to complete this move. Good. Last one, step back. And then from here, walk your hands up towards the top of the mat. Take the arms out a little further ahead of you. You're in a happy squat. Just release the neck. Give it a shake, give it a nod, and then squeeze and slowly come up to stand. Nice work. We'll do the other side. Soft knees. Ground down through the soles of the feet. We're going to stabilize this time on the left leg. Lift the right knee. Extend the lower leg. Bend at the knee. Extend the lower leg. Bend at the knee. Extend. Bend. 2 more. Keep the pelvis in neutral. Good. Last one. We're not pushing our bum under because that's false. It's a false movement. Good. Last one. Feel the little shake in the thigh. And then you're going to extend. Step that foot back. Down. Step the left foot back. Left hand comes to the floor and then squeeze up. Left foot comes forwards. Right leg lifts with control. Hold it there in a moment of suspense. Right foot down. Left foot back. Tap down with the left hand. Squeeze up. Right foot lifts with control. Stabilize. Right foot down. Left foot back. Tap down. Squeeze up. Right leg lifts. Right foot down. Left foot back. Good. Step the left foot forwards. Right leg lifts. And then we're going to pick it up for a few. So right leg swings. Good. And notice as soon as you put that swing into that leg, how much easier it is to lift it. It almost feels weightless. Good. Nice. And then we're going to slow it down again. So right leg lifts with control. Moment of suspense. Pop it down. Left foot back. Left hand down. Squeeze up. Right foot steps forwards. Step it back. Left foot back. Left hand down. Good. Nice. Control. Step it down. Good. And then let's pick up the pace again. Use momentum. Let it flow. Let it fly. Good job. Nice. And then land with that left foot back. Rotate to the left edge of the mat. Come up and we're going to do our arm side lunges. So fly those arms out. Let them flap around your body. Let them be really heavy. So as you're pushing them away, letting them fly, giving them wings, and then letting them slap around your body. Take the gaze over the opposite shoulder, left to right as you move, getting into that inner thigh. Lovely job, guys. Good. And then from here, rotate through the front of the mat all the way to the other side, crossing those legs, coming down into a seated twist. So from behind, both knees are stacked, both seat bones, as you can see, are on the floor. If you feel like you're like this and you can't get one down, try a block. If not, extend that left leg out and pull the right thigh in, rotating to the right. If you're with me, seat bones down, let's roll those shoulders. Juicy shoulder rolls. Keep breathing. Lovely job. And then hands come behind you. Rotate into a reverse table. Lift from the glutes. Push into the hands. Engage the abdominals. Right leg lifts. Then the left leg. Stabilize through the midline. Good. Strong through the body. Keep the breath flowing. Good. Working in those hip flexors. Good. Keep breathing. One more each side. Nice work, guys. And then rotate back to the top of the mat. You're in your down dog. Take a moment to pause and then right foot behind right wrist, left foot behind left wrist, step back right, step back left, left foot behind left wrist, right foot behind right wrist, step back left, step back right, right behind right, left behind left, right back, left behind left, right behind right, left back, right back, and just alternate. And notice again, as you pick up the pace, the easier this becomes. You're using that momentum to carry you, the force. Good. Keep breathing. Keep your form. Keep length in the spine if you can. Good job, guys. Nice. And then from here, walk those feet to the top of the mat. Take your arms a little bit away. You're still in a sort of happy squat, so in a hinged hip position. And then slowly roll up to stand. Good job. So from here, we're going to be moving on to our final sequence, which is our stream, and hopefully putting it all together. So